Often we read stories of how a group of Jewish people were stranded before Shabbat in a far-flung airport, or sometimes not even far-flung. There was a whole group of Beis Yaakov girls who last year, like a group of 30 or 40 girls, religious girls, got stuck in Brussels airport a few hours before Shabbos. Who do you call? Where do you go? So, good old solution. SOS, hello Chabad. Can you please help us? Can you please welcome us? And without fail, the local shluchim will find a way how to host the people, either even in the airport or in local homes. It will happen. And it has happened many a times. And this is in places where there is larger communities, and has happened even places where the shliach and the shluch is there all by themselves, with no kosher bakeries, with no kosher supermarkets, where the challah and the bread all has to be baked by yourself, and it happens and welcome with an open arm. Avram Avinu's Chabad house, as it says in the parsha of this week, Vayita Eshel, he planted an Eshel. Rashi says, Achila Shtia Lina. Eshel Aleph Shin Lamed stands for Achila, Shtia, Lina, food, drink, and sleeping over. Avraham Avinu planted the first Chabad house. Last week, there was a different kind of an event, where the Prime Minister of Eretz Yisrael, Mr. Naftali Bennett, scheduled to meet the Russian President Putin in a Russian city, a luxurious city. Actually, the Olympics were the city of Sochi. There was supposed to be a Friday morning meeting, and ample time to get back to Israel before Shabbat. Turned out that this meeting lasted for many, many more hours. And by the time the meeting was over, the Israeli delegation realized they will not be able to make it back on time before Shabbat. Mr. Bennett himself, an observant Jew, keeps Shabbat. And by the way, I might as well put in a little plug for Montreal. He tells the story how when he was 4 or 5 years old, his parents came to Montreal for professional purposes, and they stayed here a few years, and the parents were looking for a place where to put the child into a school. Not being able to afford too much private schooling, so Chabad, the local Chabad preschool, took him in for free. And that's where he got hooked with Yiddishkeit. That's where he decided to become Shomer Shabbat, when the teacher in preschool sang with them the beautiful songs for Shabbat. And he insisted that the parents should start making Kiddush and sing Shalom Aleichem, and that's how he got involved in becoming an observant Jew. But in any case, what do we do now? Sochi. How do you do Shabbat? There's a local Chabad Shliach. I think his name is, first name, I think, Reb Sholem Lazar, the son of Reb Lazar, the head Shliach of Russia, chief rabbi in Russia. And immediately, in a short period of time, not only was the food prepared, but a synagogue was set up in the hotel where he's staying. That to bring a Torah, that to bring Sidurim, prayer shawls for everybody, and obviously preparing a Suda Kiyad HaMelech, as we say, as fit for such dignified individuals. For the Prime Minister of Eretz Yisrael itself deserves more than just a little piece of fish and a dry challah. And indeed, it was a most magnificent Shabbos. During Shabbat, and before the Kiddush, Naftali Bennett shared that his meeting with the Russian president was very warm and cordial, and thanked the Israeli delegation for their efforts. And he connected it to the Parsha of the week. Parsha was Vayera. And he was citing lessons he learned from Avraham Avinu and the binding of Isaac. And basically what he shared was, where there is faith, such as Avraham Avinu, there will be success. If one has faith in God, God goes with you. And he said, I saw it at a meeting that my strong faith in God and my strong faith in Eretz Yisrael belongs to Jews because it's a God-given blessing. It has helped in our conversations. But then he also cited the story of Avraham Avinu, the welcoming of Avraham Avinu, that our Avraham Avinu was welcoming all guests, and he profusely thanked Chabad, the local Chabad, and he said, I want you to know, I'm a great admirer of Chabad. And not only because as a little child I learned in Chabad, but because for what I see what Chabad is doing. And no doubt that all this wonderful work that you shluchim do, and the way you do it is definitely going to be the reason and hastening the coming of Mashiach.